So before we start, there is a new video on Moistski Live, and I am streaming Euro Truck Simulator 2 tonight, 8:30 PM GMT on Omegon Plays. Today I want to discuss 3 articles that I found on my Discord server in the recommended tab. It's surprising just how much animal-related content gets posted there. Granted, I posted one of them because, seriously, and I thought perhaps, well, this gives me an excuse to use Judge Moistonian, but I don't think I can fit all 3 into one ISO-cube since we're still looking for people responsible for one of these incidents. It is why I am using Judge Moist, and this can be regarded as the Halls of Injustice 8.5, because I'm not quite sure it qualifies as 9. But we have 3 separate incidents worth addressing. The first comes from a mother of 2. This is the mother of 2. She's been charged with MURDER. Now I'm sure some of you, while also absolutely angry beyond belief about that particular statement, might be wondering, hang on, didn't you, Omegon, say, or Judge Moist, didn't you say animals? Yes. You see, it turns out she's also alleged, and there is some proof to it, that she conducted some risky business with her pit bull. Right. We'll get to that in a moment. I have some views and opinions on it. We should certainly address it. The story in question, this entire debacle, broke back in December when the crimes were revealed because the 2 children, who were quite young, were found, courtesy of a dog lead and a piece of wood hung very high, both attached to the dog lead. I'm not using the word. I'll link the article down below though. Lisa Snyder, the mother, is accused of, obviously, 2 crimes. Yes, she had claimed that her son was bullied and so decided to make the threats that he would in fact do it, but he didn't want to go alone. Right. Those 2 children passed away a few days after they were discovered. Well, your future is certainly going to look bright, and it is definitely going to be orange. You lucky, lucky lady. To move on from that, I want to talk about Karim Fathi Ellaisy. I've mispronounced your name. I'll spell it. Karim Fathi. I've been asked many times to just spell it so everyone else can tell me how to pronounce it. You're welcome. Who was caught on a camera in a lift smacking the living crap out of a husky puppy. Right. Why did he drag the dog about? Why did he smack it? Why did he beat it? And I'm not showing the video, but I will tell you it's in the article linked down below. Well, the dog got a bit nervous and urinated in the elevator as the door closed. Right. This wasn't your dog. You were taking the dog to the owner. You smacked the dog multiple times and threw it against the side of the elevator. You were disrespectful to an animal. All you ever had to do, by the way, when the dog did that, you didn't have to touch the dog. All you had to do was take the dog to the owner and go back with a mop. That is all you had to do. But no, you thought because you're a fecking genius to harm a dog, which I think is unacceptable. Beating any creature for the sake of beating them or because, they embarrass you in front of your friends and your friends were all there in that elevator with you, which is why it was empty, is absolutely pathetic and shows the kind of person you are. The contempt you hold for a dog. Such a small dog. I mean, if you were smarter, you probably should have taken the dog up the stairs. Or, if you were even smarter and you had the dog with you, chances are you were taking that dog for a walk, which tells me you didn't do your damn job in the first place, did you? Understandably, this story broke local news, and many of the neighbours of this person, not best impressed. Animal control has been notified, but I've heard much about your animal rights in your country. No, I don't expect one from it. The attorney for Karim has said that this is a regrettable situation for my client, and this case is involving someone who is young and inexperienced with training puppies. Much like the lady who's going to prison, more than likely, your future's bright too. Flipping burgers. The video is disturbing to my client as it is not who he is. Ajax, the puppy's name, is safe and has no permanent injuries. Are you sure about that? You see, once you start beating a creature, they either retaliate or they learn to fear you. Not the brightest, are you, if you think it's okay for a dog to fear you? They are supposedly man's best friend, which I believe to be firmly true. Every evening I let the dogs out so they can hang around the house for a few hours. because otherwise they'll mess up the house and my nieces get a bit funny around. They otherwise spend their time outside or in half of the house. Do you know where they spend those 3 hours? Around me, because I'm not a dick and I don't beat them. Not that my sisters do, but they care about me. They like me. They have no reason to fear me. Karim, if you intend to pursue a career in animal care, might I recommend you just stop now. Pursue a different career, as a bouncer in a meth lab. The final story relating to animals that kind of confuses me comes from Florida. You see, the police have reached out and offered $20,000 to help figure out what has actually happened. Now, since the Marine Mammal Protection Act was introduced in the United States, there have been 29 incidents concerning the animal we're going to now talk about, where they have either been impaled or shot by either gun or arrow, which is remarkably cowardly. Now, the Marine Mammal Protection Act states that it is illegal to interact with wild dolphins in any capacity outside of scientific research. This would include attempting to swim with, pet, touch, or elicit a reaction from the animal. Because we must have our cute selfie, yo. That's why you don't see many social media influencers on Instacrack taking their shots with dolphins, but they do the profound shot with beautiful scenery, because influencer swag. So as I stated, it is a dolphin because 2 have been found with gunshot and stab wounds on the beach last week. Who does that? Who's the genius that thinks it's okay to do that? Did you think, oh, well, they washed up on shore, so I should just put it out of its misery? Is that what you thought, perhaps? I mean, they're on the beach already. Or did you accidentally hook them with your crossbow and think, well, they're attached. I'll just bring them on shore and resolve the issue by pulling the trigger. Whoever did that, I hope you're found. I really do. Because you need prison. I have a strong aversion to animal abuse. And I know someone in the chat is then going to say, in the comments down below, you're not okay with this, but you're okay with eating meat. Never said I'm okay eating meat. Never once said that, in fact. I may have said bacon as a response to somebody because it annoyed them greatly, but I've never said it. But as I firmly believe in absolute free speech, by all means, remind me of this down below, having proven the point to me that you didn't listen in the first place. I'm not going to show, by the way, the pictures of the dolphins because, quite frankly, the wounds actually make me quite sad. Because dolphins are beautiful. So why on earth do you need to do that? I'll link the articles because obviously I want you to understand what I think. And, of course, if you want to form your own opinion, of course, I totally support that. People who think they can take advantage of another animal, like making sweet, sweet love to one, along with also taking the lives of your children, that's pretty bad. Those that obviously beat animals, because they're lesser beings in it, and they must know who's boss, because it's acceptable for someone else to think they're better than another cause. And then those that, for reasons that are totally unfathomable, decide to take the life of a creature, and we don't even know why. So I'm really, really confused. As with all stories I cover, I do want to know what you think. Please do let me know down below. If I don't see you tonight over on Omegon Plays, I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday, and thank you all for listening.